So in this video, I'm going to tell you the absolute only way to beat the feeling that you currently have of being very overwhelmed. So I'm somebody who I intentionally add pressure to my life. I don't have to be going out and meeting women. Sometimes it can be stressful. I don't have to be going to the gym. I don't have to be running my business and starting other sources of income as well. I don't have to be doing these things, but I continuously add pressure to my life for a variety of reasons. Now, right now, you may have a lot of pressure in your life. It could be fitness. It could be dating related. It could be finances. And it could also be a lot of little things like parking tickets, maybe some debt, things like that. So what I have found over the years of essentially consistently feeling overwhelmed, then solving it, right? That's kind of the cycle that I have found myself in forever. And it's intentional. I could live a very peaceful, non-overwhelming life if I choose to do so, but I have chosen not to do that. So here's the deal. This is the only way. So right now, when you start to feel very overwhelmed and you actually even have a physical, emotional response, what's happening is that all of your thoughts, all of your stressors, all of the circumstances that are causing you to feel overwhelmed, they are spinning around in your head. They are vanishing and coming back. New ones are popping in. You're forgetting some. You remember a big one. And it creates all of this overwhelming stress where you feel completely out of control. So what you have to do is you have to sit down with a pen and paper and you have to legitimately not sit there for 24 hours, but you might have to keep going back to that piece of paper throughout the day. You have to legitimately write down everything that is making you stressed out, everything that you feel overwhelmed about, the unpaid parking ticket, the credit card that you're not making payments on, the fact that you have no women, the fact that your diet is completely out of control, the fact that you can't stop smoking weed or drinking alcohol. All of these things, they have to get written down. And no matter how small they are, it's important that you write down all of them. So again, it could be that you've been meaning to order something on Amazon for the last month and it will pop into your head, once every couple of days and you think, oh my God, I got to go order that thing. I got to do that thing. I don't care how small the items are. They must all be put on a piece of paper. Because what happens is when you take them all from inside of your brain where they are uncontrolled. These are flocks of birds just flying around and you're swarmed by the birds and you're forgetting and you're remembering. It's so insanely overwhelming. So you have to write down everything on a piece of paper. Now what you've done is you have taken this swarm of birds and thoughts and overwhelming stressors and you have put them down into a concise list. You have now looked at everything that is overwhelming you and you put it down on a piece of paper. It's now a list. Now it's much more manageable. Now it's something you can actually edit, that you can actually cross things off and you can see that you've actually made progress. So what you want to start doing is you want to start by completing the easiest ones first. So you might wake up, you might be really tired, you might not be motivated, whatever it is. Can you at least call and pay the internet bill? Can you at least order that thing off of Amazon? Can you at least call and pay that parking ticket? The small things, right? And what happens is when so many small things in our minds, the interesting thing is that the small things, they really hold just as much weight as the big things when it comes to the level at which they are overwhelming us. So you start with all the small things first. Now you have a shorter list of the things that are overwhelming you. And now what you do is the more complicated tasks, you identify what are the steps that are going to need to take place for you to start managing that. So if you are struggling right now with, again, maybe your diet's just been completely out of control, you write down an action plan. I'm not going to switch to nothing but eggs and kale for the next 7 days. No, I'm going to count my calories and start by just staying under 3,500. If you're completely out of control right now, start by counting the calories and staying under 3,500. Man, I'm struggling to get to the gym. Start with a 2-mile walk every day. Walk 1 mile every day. Start small on these action plans. And so now what we've done is we've taken all of these overwhelming thoughts and stressors. We've put them on a list. We start attacking that list. We start with the easy things. We create action plans for the bigger things. And now what happens is, because even though there might still be some big stressors there, now we're just kind of stressed out, but we're in control. We're not overwhelmed with the flock of birds and thoughts. And so what happens is that now that you're actually organized with all of these stressors, now you continue to take action on the action plans that you have created for these larger stressors. And what happens is you start making little bits of progress. This method can completely change your life literally in the next 20 minutes. And then as you start actually moving forward, can change your entire life. You can go from feeling completely overwhelmed and stressed to now being in control in the next 30 days. Incredibly easily. It's just that right now you're lacking a lot of organization. You're lacking that moment where you sit down and really address all of this and create plans.